So, friends, we're gathered here today on Tim and Wayne's 14th anniversary. That in itself is something to celebrate. Their relationship started something like this. I got a phone call from Tim one Monday morning after he had spent a nice weekend where he had met this guy, and he asked me, "Do you believe that you can meet someone and kind of know right then and there if you really want to be with them at that moment?" I went, "Yes." He said, "Or do you think that I might be completely delusional?" And I went like, "Yes, maybe." Because it's at times like that that our friends are the font of complete wisdom and they're supposed to know all these things, right? Well, shortly after that, while they were in that early dating phase, Wayne had a really bad biking accident, and during the time that Tim spent with him, nursing him back to health, their relationship really moved into that deeper kind of relationship where they knew. I think they knew right then they were going to be together for a long time. So here we are, 14 years later. Now, since that time, they celebrated, I think one of their biggest events that we celebrated, I got to be there, was the Millennium in Paris. Hence our French came here from the Rodin Museum. They've also survived 5 remodels, 2 children, relocations to and from Denver, but they've also enriched their lives by bringing together their 2 circles of family and friends. They've supported each other in various career changes, and they've created a wonderful home life together in every location where they've lived. So today, we're here to witness their joining in the bonds of holy matrimony. So Wayne, Tim, there are no obligations on earth more sweet or tender than those that you're about to assume. There are no vows more solemn than those that you're about to take. And this is a sacred commitment, and so it should be entered into reverently, thoughtfully, and with a full understanding of its nature. And so in realizing this, I'd like to begin this right now with prayer. So I'm just going to invite everyone to just take a moment. If it's comfortable for you, to close your eyes. But I'm just going to ask each of us to turn inward for a moment and just recognize that part of us that every moment of our lives just wants to be happy, wants to be free of any suffering, that when a challenge arises, is always looking to find a way out of it, that just wants to experience well-being. And I recognize that impulse as an impulse that's everywhere in creation, an impulse toward well-being, to thrive, and that's the impulse of love. It is the impulse of that which I call God. And so I know that spirit of pure love that fills each and every one of us is so present here today in this moment. It is here is the love of those who come together to support Tim and Wayne in this union. It is the love that has brought these two individuals together. It is an act of love that they are committing to knowing the depths of love even at a deeper level as they go forward in life together. And so I know that we are all so blessed by this union. And as we witness Tim and Wayne taking these vows, I know that something in us is called forth to make that deeper commitment to love of our loved ones, love of activities that we engage in, that whenever we turn to that presence of love, we give the best we have to give to the world. And so I know we are all blessed by this occasion. And so knowing that this union is blessed, I just release this word, giving thanks that it is so, and let it be and so it is. Amen. So, I invite all of us who are gathered here today to recognize that to be complete, marriage first has to be a spiritual union. It's then the uniting of two souls already attuned to one another. And these two souls have had plenty of time to become attuned to each other. And so at that point, it's absolutely appropriate that an outward acknowledgement of this spiritual union be made. And so Tim and Wayne have decided to take this relationship to another level and have invited all of us to bear witness to their vows to remain together for the rest of their lives. So Wayne and Tim, today each of you vow to join your life with one in all the world whom you love most. It's a blessed privilege. So I'm going to ask you, do you both agree to bring to this union, each for the sake of the other, the best that's in you, seeking always to express the love that you profess today? If so, I ask you both to say, I do. They both said, I do. We're off to a good start. So this marriage represents the commitment of two souls in the most sacred of unions. Their lives are interconnected with the lives of all their loved ones who enrich their life together and to whom they will at times turn to for support at various points along the journey. And it's really deeply meaningful to both Wayne and Tim that they are surrounded by the love and support of their family and friends. And so as representatives of an even larger circle of loved ones who support their continued happiness together, I'm going to ask you to take a vow. And so I ask those who are gathered here, do you agree to lovingly support this union? If so, please say, we do. We do.
Sure.
That was nice. But I just think we could do it a little bit better. That was dress rehearsal. We're in Hollywood, right? So I kind of sprang it on you. I'm going to give you another chance here. So do the loved ones who are gathered here agree to lovingly support this union? If so, please reply, we do.
We do! Hoo, 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 hoo.
Tim, Wayne, today you stand in the charmed circle of love. But true love is not an absorption in each other. It's rather a looking outward together in the same direction. Love makes burdens lighter because we divide them. Love makes joys more intense because we share them. And love makes you stronger individually so that you can reach out and get involved in life in ways that you might never have dared alone. A marriage symbolizes the intimate sharing of two lives. Yet this sharing mustn't diminish, but it should rather enhance the individual. A marriage that lasts is one which is continually developing and in which each person is gaining a greater understanding of themselves and the other. We should give ourselves in love, but we should never give ourselves away. And most importantly, we have to learn to love ourselves throughout the process. A good and balanced relationship is one in which neither person is overpowered or absorbed by the other. deep knowledge of another is something that can be achieved in a very long time and over time, and it just keeps getting deeper and more intimate. So, trials and challenges will continue to present themselves in your lives together. I know those stories we heard as a kid. They got married and they lived happily ever after. It was a lie. They lived happily ever after until one of them saw how the other squeezed the toothpaste, and then. But when those trials and when those challenges come up, I'm going to tell you that you can meet them all. Love's quiet patience and tender wisdom will always prevail, for such is the power of love. And if you're not convinced about that, I tell you, Wayne, if there's a time where it just seems like too much, remember the tax advantages. There's a story.
Cha-ching.
The first question Wayne asked when Tim suggested they got married was to call the accountant and see if there were any tax advantages. And Tim, if you ever think it's just getting to be too much, remember it's a lot harder to hang garland by yourself. So I'm going to tell you, let your faith in love and the sacred power of love grow through the years so that you remain unchanged in your devotion. Two souls do have the power to love each other more and more, indefinitely. And so may your marriage through the years continue to bear witness to this truth. So those of us who watch you may be inspired by your example and learn to live in greater love ourselves. So I'm putting the burden on you, to be an example to all of us. And so now, in the fulfillment of your deepest desires, which are the desires of spirit, which is love itself, I'm going to ask you to both face each other and join right hands. Wayne, do you take Tim, whose hand you hold, choosing him alone from all the world to be your husband? Do you promise to love him, comfort him, and honor him? Do you agree to share with him your visions and your dreams, and to cherish him for all your life? If so, please say, I do.
I do.
And Tim, do you take Wayne, whose hand you hold, choosing him alone from all the world to be your husband? Do you promise to love him, comfort him, and honor him? Do you agree to share with him your visions and your dreams, and to cherish him for all your life? If so, please say, I do. Wayne, do you also promise to clean and organize the garage at least once a year? And to stop saying that flowers are a waste of money because they're already dead? I do. And Tim, do you promise not to organize Wayne's desk and to not make any life-changing decisions while he's taking a nap? I do. Okay. I'm going to ask Wayne. Please repeat after me. I, Wayne, take you, Tim, to be my husband. To love and to cherish. Throughout life's journey. From this day forward. I pledge you my love. And so, Tim, I'll ask you to repeat after me. I, Tim, take you, Wayne, to be my husband. To love and to cherish. Throughout life's journey. From this day forward. I pledge you my love. For Wayne, what symbol did you bring for your love?
Right.
So a ring is the symbol of the